What's good, y'all? Rich Sosa back in a building with another banger. Now, first things first, before we go ahead and get started today, I gotta say thank God for another day and another opportunity. Now, as y'all can see from the looks of the title and the screen, today I'm gonna be showing y'all a very special build today. Now, this is a catfish two-way inside-out combo guard, and this build, I'm telling y'all, has a lot of potential both on the offense and defensive end. Now, we're going to be able to get anywhere from 80 to 86 badges as of Season 6 off rip, and this build is also going to be reminding me of Paul Pierce. Now, as far as when it comes down to the animations, we're going to get pro dribble moves as well as pro contact dunks. We're going to be at the height of 6'6", and we're also going to be making this build out of the shooting guard position. Now, as far as when it comes down to the attributes, the ones that can definitely reach a 100 plus are going to be the 3-point shot, free throw, driving dunk and layup, pass accuracy, ball handle, speed with the ball, as well as our perimeter defense and steal. Now, I think that this is the perfect mix of a shooting guard, especially to use in any type of game mode. And when it comes down to the takeovers, we're going to be able to get slashing, lockdown, shot creating, and playmaking. So look, before we get any further into today's video, if it's your first time coming through, God bless y'all, and be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Smash that like button, turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family, and last but definitely not least, comment down TG for thank God and where you're tuning in from, and I most definitely will be sure to get back to y'all with the response. So let's go ahead and get started with the creation of this build. We gotta put it under the shooting guard position. Now, everything when it comes down to the body settings is going to be super important today. So as for the height, I'm going to go with 6'6", and then for the weight, put this down to 180. Now, as far as when it comes down to the wingspan, I'm going to leave this at 6'11". And then for the body shape, I really think that the best is going to be builds. Now, we're all set to move forward when it comes down to the attributes, and the first area that I think is going to be the most important is definitely going to be the physicals. So I'm going to go ahead and put my speed all the way up to an 80. And then when it comes down to my acceleration, I'm going to do the same exact thing. Now, for now, I will skip over the strength, go with the 77 when it comes down to our vertical, and then for the stamina, I decided to go with the 90. Now, take into consideration the +4 from the gym rat badge or the Gatorade facility workouts. The numbers are going to read a 94, 81, 84, and the same exact thing for the speed. Now, moving on when it comes down to this build, as far as the 4 main categories, for the finishing, go ahead and put that close shot up to a 75. As for the layup, I'm going to go with an 84. And then moving on to the driving dunk, I decided to go with an 86. Now, if you want to make any adjustments towards these numbers, go ahead and do so. But with these 17 badges out of this area, the ones that I'm really focused on are going to be Acrobat, Pro Touch on Hall of Fame, then I do like Silver Fearless Finisher and Fast Twitch, and then for tier 3, we have a good amount of options: Posterizer, Slithery, and Limitless Takeoff. Now, as far as when it comes down to this build on the finishing, I think we have everything and more needed to be effective and get contact dunks. So as far as when it comes down to the shooting area, go ahead and put the mid-range shot up to a 77. As for the 3-pointer, I'm going to go with an 80. And then as for the free throw, go ahead and put this to the same exact thing. Now, with these 19 badges, I think Amped is going to be one of the best. Mini Magician, Volume Shooter, but then also we get Green Machine, Space Creator on the gold tier with Agent 3, and then Limitless Range. Now, as far as when it comes down to this build on the offensive end, the shooting and the finishing are really going to hold this build well together. Now, when it comes down to the playmaking, you definitely want to be sure that you put this up, because when it comes down to this area, I think as far as when it comes down to the defense, you can make a couple of adjustments. You're going to have more than enough to still be effective on the defensive end. Now, when it comes down to the ball handle, go ahead and put this up to an 88. And then for the speed with ball, I'm going to go with the same exact thing for a total of 26 badges. Now, I like Ankle Breaker and Hall of Fame. I also do like Quick First Step. And then for tier 2, Killer Combos, Mismatch Expert with Handles for Days and Clamp Breaker. Now you cannot go wrong with hyperdrive or unpluckable. Now when it comes down to the defensive end, go ahead and focus primarily on the perimeter. So I decided to go ahead and put this to an 87. As for the steal, go with an 85, and that should be able to max out this build. Now as you can see with these 14 badges, we get box out beast, post lockdown, rebound chaser with Hall of Fame workhorse. And I really think that this is going to be one of the best badges to core on this area. And then when it comes down to the rest of tier 1, I think we can pick a good amount of different badges to really be effective when it comes down to the defense. Now if you add everything up when it comes down to the badge count, we're going to be able to get 80 plus 4 from the My Career, and then however many you have completed up to season 6, you have the potential to up to 86 badges. Now really, if you want to make any type of adjustment, go ahead and do so now, but take into consideration the plus 4 that you get from buying your own boost, the additional plus 4 from running with a teammate that has on Hall of Fame floor general, and if you do decide to choose 2 separate takeovers, that's another plus 10. And the better we play throughout a game, our stats also gradually do raise. So as you can see, we get the slashing, shot creating, playmaking, and the lockdown takeover. Now what I think is going to be best for this build, to get the most when it comes down to our attributes, first I'm going to go ahead and pick ankle breaking shots. Now the second one, you can go with the slashing or even the playmaking, but I really do believe that the defense is going to be one of the most overpowered areas for this build. So I'm going to go with ankle breaking shots, extreme clamps. Feel free to make your own adjustments to this lineup. Now as y'all can see when it comes down to this build, if you followed every single step of the way, we should be getting these 3 comparisons. And as y'all can see together, we have created the Catfish 2-way inside out combo guard. Now this build can do everything from finish on the inside, also dribble, and be able to play solid defense. Now let me know down below in the comments your thoughts and opinion. Did you create this build exactly how I brought it to y'all, or did you remake your own version? Now I just want to say thank y'all for stopping by and showing your support. And if you followed up to this point, make sure you add up the boosts and everything that I mentioned previously to find out the true potential of this build. Now that may look a little bit different for everybody, but from here, let's go ahead and get into the breakdown of the badge layout. Now when it comes down to this build for the finishing, I'm going to go with first, Silver Posterizer, Fearless Finisher, Core, Gold Limitless Takeoff, Acrobat, and then Hall of Fame Pro Touch. Now I really think that this build is going to be the complete package, especially with a rare build name. Now if you want to make the adjustments to get more out of tier 3, or even pick different badges for tier 2 and tier 1, go ahead and do so. Now when it comes down to the shooting, I like Bronze Green Machine, Agent 3, Core, Bronze Limitless Range, with also Silver, Amp, Gold Space Creator, and Hall of Fame Volume Shooter. Now there's definitely other badges that we can pick out of this area, but if you want the best and most for your shooting percentage, this is definitely the best layout that I would go with. Now these are going to be the jump shots that we can pick and recreate from, just to give y'all a little bit of an idea of what this build is going to be able to do. And then when it comes down to the playmaking, I'm going to go with Bronze Clamp Breaker, Silver Handles for Days, Core, Killer Combos on Gold, with Hyperdrive, and then Hall of Fame Quick First Step, Ankle Breaker, and then I think these are going to be the most important badges to move forward. Now if you want to, you can throw a few extra badge points to this area. If you wanted to go with Vice Grip over Ankle Breaker, that's definitely another option I can see as well. And then to wrap it up on the defensive end, I'm going to go with the Bronze Box Out Beast, Post Lockdown, Rebound Chaser with Pick Dodger, and then we get 3 Hall of Fame badges, Core Menace, Workhorse, and Off-Ball Pass. Now this is what this build is going to be looking like today for the badge layout. Like I said earlier, let me know down below what do you think about today's build and what it can do. And I just want to say, more so than anything, thank God for another day and another opportunity. And if it was your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new, smash that like button, turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family, and last but definitely not least, comment down TG for Thank God King Jesus, and I most definitely will be sure to get back to y'all with the response. And with all that being said though, I got one last thing to say. God bless y'all, and Rich out.